It's ironic, isn't it? Perhaps beyond ironic, that the Democratic Party, architects of Obamacare, could actually win back the House this year on the strength of another round of promises to fix health care. Yes, the same party who lost the House because of the Affordable Care Act 8 years ago may have won it back this year because Republicans failed to fulfill their promise to repeal Obamacare. Was health care the single most critical factor in this year's elections? And if so, how and why did this happen? I'm Tim Donner with 5 facts to help us understand. Fact 1, polls do confirm that health care, not the economy or jobs, was the most important issue to midterm voters. Gallup reports that 80% of voters said health care was extremely or very important to their vote. And you can bet the bulk of those votes did not go to the GOP. Republicans' failure to fulfill their promise to repeal Obamacare and replace it with something better has echoes of the famous George H.W. Bush campaign promise, "Read my lips, no new taxes." Bush signed off on raising taxes and was beaten 4 years later by Bill Clinton. Likewise, Republicans were punished in these midterms for failing to keep their promise. Fact 2, John McCain sunk his own party's health care reform bill and provided the Democrats with the issue. The GOP came within a single vote of repealing and replacing Obamacare. The House did their part in passing a health care reform bill and sent it up to the Senate, where GOP senators made changes. But after a grand entrance in his final public act, Senator John McCain voted no and killed the bill. The Democrats then seized on the failed Republican effort, ran on the issue, and won the House. Fact 3, Obamacare suddenly became more popular once Republicans threatened to repeal it. This is in the category of you don't know what you've got till it's gone. Only, why would a broadly unpopular program like Obamacare have people suddenly complaining about the chance it might get taken away? It was sold on the false premise that it would allow you to keep your current doctor and your health plan and would save you some $2,500 a year. It was never popular, but as predicted, it did implant in the American people an entitlement to health care, and threatening an entitlement is famously fraught with peril. Fact 4, the heart of Obamacare has actually already been repealed. In all the coverage of the Republicans' tax reform bill, something very significant was mostly overlooked. That bill included the repeal of the Obamacare individual mandate, which forced everyone to buy insurance and thus provided the crucial funding to keep the program alive. Where the scattered remnants of Obamacare takes us with our newly divided government, nobody yet knows. And that brings us to fact 5. There is no right to health care. The left speaks often about a right to health care, but that is not a right just because you proclaim it to be. Health care is not included in the U.S. Constitution, which grants several rights to Americans: freedom of speech and assembly and religion, the right to bear arms, protection against unwarranted search and seizure, and many others. But the right to health care is not among them. This is a political matter, not a constitutional one. Those are 5 facts about health care that led voters to somehow believe that despite the failure of Obamacare, the Democrats can now find some way to fix health care costs that continue to spiral. Please subscribe to the LibertyNation.com YouTube channel and to our daily briefing at LibertyNation.com. I'm Tim Donner. Thanks for joining us.